Ahoy, sailor. My name is Mike. Welcome to the Epic Cruise Deals podcast. We obsessively track price changes from 48 different cruise lines, and every Tuesday we send you an email with Epic Cruise Deals, resulting in savings like never before. These deals are 100% bookable directly with the cruise line, and all the deals that we share are including of taxes, making sure there are absolutely no surprises. So let me talk you through all of the deals that we just sent to your inbox. And if you haven't yet, you can go to EpicCruiseDeals.com. You can just sign up for free and you can join and follow along next week on the next Epic Cruise Deals newsletter. But for now, let's just jump into this week's deals. We are kicking off this week's newsletter with industry news, as we always do. This week, we're highlighting Fincantieri and the fact that they have received an impressive A score from the CDP, formerly the Carbon Disclosure Project, for the fourth consecutive year, placing the company in the leadership band. And why is that so important or so interesting? It's the idea that Carnival is about to spend $5 billion with Fincantieri to build a bunch of new ships. So any kind of effort that a company like Fincantieri is making towards a more sustainable future is, of course, music to our ears, because we would love to see a more eco-friendly industry. That being said, we are definitely diving into this week's deals as we go, and we are kicking things off with Valentine. Now, Valentine's week has kicked off a tremendous amount of classic Valentine's Day week promotions. Most cruise lines have unveiled their promotions in one way or another, but it is very important to ask yourself, is this a deal or is this just a marketing thing, right? So I'm highlighting a few of the deals that are out there in just a random order. First one being, and I hope I pronounce this correctly as always, Hurtigruten. They are giving you up to 50% off, and also very important, they are removing the solo surcharge for a bunch of sailings. So if you are just cruising by yourself and you're interested in Norway, Scandinavia, all these things, they are definitely one to check out at the very moment. Next one is Princess. Princess has the Love Boat sale, giving you up to $200 on board credit. AIDA, of course, also has a Pink Valentine sale. Many sailings on sale here as well. Now, this is going very quick, so chances are that this is already sold out. But hey, if you love AIDA, definitely worth checking out. Next one, Costa. You can see it here in the top, has Costa Love, which gives you either €100 off or €50 off if you're a solo traveler. To be honest, it's the idea that Costa will always have a discount code. They're just changing the name, but hey, it's it's okay. That being said, who do we have next? MSC. MSC is kind of disappointing with Valentine's Day, I'm not going to lie. Notice that it kind of depends also on the country that you are. We're now on msc.com. If you go to .nl, they have discounts on flights. If you go to .de, it's just on selected sailings. So check it out, see if that's interesting. Again, keep in mind, ask yourself, is this a deal, yes or no? Next one, River Cruise, Erosa. They are going to give you up to 30% off selective sailings, which of course, if you love river cruises, is very interesting to explore as well. But a quick side comment here, right? It's the idea that many cruise lines have Valentine Days promotions, but they are really tailored towards the USA market. And for us being in Europe, that can oftentimes be quite misleading, because we are in Europe and we definitely prefer our cruise deals to include taxes, to include fees, just to provide a more accurate picture of the overall cost. And so here's the thing, if you're in Europe and you want to cruise with your significant other on Valentine's Day, then there is still one cruise up for sale that is probably most interesting, and that's this one on Aida Cosma. It leaves on Valentine's Day, so you just need to get yourself a flight to the Canary Islands, and then for under €600 for 7 days on Aida Cosma is a really good deal, from and to Tenerife. And don't forget, with AIDA, partly your alcohol is also included. So probably the best Valentine's Day cruise that is still bookable on super, super crazy short notice. And especially if you're a German speaker, that could be very, very interesting for you as well. Now, moving on to a challenge that we've set ourselves this week, and that was that we challenged ourselves to explore the very first week of August, which, let's be honest, is considered peak ultra high season in Europe. And we tried to find and just looked at, okay, what is it that we can still see? What is it that we can book? Specifically, any sailing between the 1st and the 11th of August. And here are some of the deals that we found. Firstly, here on the screen, you can see Nico Cruises on Vasco da Gama is setting off from Bremerhaven to Amsterdam, Harlingen, and then back to Bremerhaven. It's 4 days, 521 euros. The drinks package is just a 99 euro add-on. It is the most random sailing of the year. I am not going to lie. It is really weird, really random, but so good because it's perfect for anybody with limited time, limited budget, and maybe also people that are really stuck with the school holidays and they still want to have that cruise experience. This is definitely a sailing to check out. Next one, another one so interesting, is Cunard. This August, Cunard is going on the QE2 from Southampton to Hamburg and back, and balcony cabins start at 280 euros. Taxes included. I don't know why this is so cheap, but it is so cool and is definitely the perfect sailing for anybody that wants to check out Cunard, get a real sense of how this cruise line is without committing to this big and most importantly an expensive sailing. So again, for the first week of August, such an interesting sailing. But if you say, hey, North Sea in August, not so sexy, totally get it. We can move on to Celestial. I think they just acquired a new ship as well. You can go island hopping all over Greece, 499 euros, taxes included. It is really a great deal. Let me just remove these screens as we go through. Next one, for the first August week, you can go on Carnival cruise around Mexico. 421 euros is where it starts on the Carnival Firenze, which of course is a former Costa ship. Now, and if you think, okay, look, I love to cruise an American cruise line and I want to cruise Mexico this summer, but not necessarily on Carnival, then of course you can cruise with a Royal Caribbean, kind of the same itinerary, takes you to Cozumel and back on Grandeur of the Seas, 521 euros, taxes included. But if you want to go a little bit more north, you can go with Princess Cruises this summer to Alaska, 843 euros, taxes included for an 8-day sailing, which is looking to be really good. Like, it's really nice. And then last but not least, I think is such a good deal on Celebrity, the Celebrity Infinity, departing on the 3rd of August. It is 808 euros for an exterior cabin. It is so good. It is such a good deal. Takes you around Greece. Where else are you going? Basically island hopping. You go to Turkey, I think, as well. Such a great deal. Definitely one to look out for if you're still looking to book a cruise and you want to cruise in early August. And then combining all of that together, we are concluding that all of this is really not bad for ultra peak season, and I hope you agree in that sense. Now, moving on to the next section in this newsletter was the idea that we have been looking for some sweet deals, because suites oftentimes have the stigma of being extremely expensive when that doesn't necessarily have to be the case. Oftentimes it's just a small upgrade in terms of pricing with regards to a balcony cabin. And we were just kind of looking as to what is out there. Now, first deal that we found, again with Celestial, they are joining the big names this winter like Costa, MSC, AIDA, Mein Schiff, etc. And they're going to be cruising the Middle East this winter. And you can find, let's see, suites starting at 819 euros, taxes including, for sailings this November. And it's a really, really good price. And of course, let's be real, they have to price it that way because they are competing with some really, really big names. 819 euros for 7 or 8 days sailing. I think, 7 nights, 8 days around the Middle East this winter. Really good deal. Next, Princess. Princess is taking you 8 days around the Caribbean. Again, Mexico included. You can see here the mini suite goes for 1,005 euros. Including taxes. Again, maybe you can see we are on the German website. Why? Because again, the pricing is all inclusive. You know what I mean? We like taxes, we like fees, everything to be inclusive in the pricing that we see, and we don't want any surprises at the end. And 8 days Caribbean, €1,000 for the mini suite. Very good deal, very nice experience. Next, same thing, 1 night less though, so 7 days, again, Caribbean on Carnival. The cruise starts at 1,069 euros. What is quite interesting also, if you just look at the pricing difference, right? So the outside cabin, 943. The balcony starts at 973. So less than 100 euros more upgrades you for 7 days from a balcony to a suite, right? So it doesn't have to always be that much more expensive, and cruise a little bit more comfortable. So very, very interesting as well. Then going to MSC, another deal that we found. I think I have to click through just a little bit here. I'm on the Dutch website. Yeah, the MSC World Europa going around the Mediterranean. At the end of this year, the suite starts at, taxes, I would say around just over 1,100 euros per person, taxes included, which on this brand new, I think 1.5 billion euro or dollar ship, really good deal, and definitely worth exploring. Next sweet deal we found is on AIDA, on the AIDA Blue. It's a very nice ship. I've personally sailed it a few times. The suite here starts at around 1,500 euros a person, including taxes, and should be a very nice experience as well, which is this winter in the Canary Islands, so you have some good sunshine as well, and it's a really good deal to book. And do we have anything else? Yes, of course. And then the last sweet deal that we found for this week is on Holland America. Again, Mexico, again, starts at around 1,900 euros. So it's a little bit more, but then again, you are cruising here on Holland America, and it's a little bit of a better experience, I would say, than if you're cruising on Carnival. But again, it depends a little bit on who you are as a person. But I think the conclusion here with regards to suites is definitely the idea that if you're looking for a very sweet deal, Mexico or sailings around to from Mexico is of course where you need to be. Moving on from here, next part in the newsletter is 14 days or more sailings, because we love to cruise and we love to cruise a long time. And if you are into cruising, for 2-3+ weeks at an end, you will know that Costa is the one to beat, especially on their repositioning cruises, which is at least twice a year. They are dumping their rooms, their cabins for so cheap. It is ridiculous. So we're not going to go through all of them, but again, Costa is where it's at if you're looking for a really great deal. Highlighting one is this 15-day cruise on the Costa Fortuna from Guadeloupe to Savona. So 15 days, it'll be just under 600 euros a person, taxes included, gratuities included as well. And here's the thing, you can use this code COSTALOVE to get another 100 euro discount or another 50 euro discount if you're a solo cruiser, because these deals are also available as a solo traveler on Costa. And then you can see here, right, if you are a member of the C Club, their loyalty program, you get another 10% off. So Costa actually allows you to stack these things. So you have a cruise that's around 550 euro. You get another 50 euro off the sailing with the Costa Love discount, and then another maybe 10% or 15% of the loyalty thing. So you have 15-day sailings for maybe 500 euros, taxes and gratuities included. Absolutely insane. Go check it out. But there's of course more, but a little bit higher price point, right? Here's another super interesting sailing. I get really excited about this one on Quantum of the Seas from Seattle to Tokyo. 14 nights, 15 days, 634 euros, taxes included, and such a nice itinerary, right? Seattle, sea days, and then a couple destinations in Japan before you get to Tokyo. Really, really interesting, and definitely one to check out. Next one, MSC. We are on the MSC Grandioso, if I remember correctly. Including taxes and fees, I would say we are about 950 euros. So at least under 1,000 euros a person for, I think this is another 15-day sailing, which is also very, very interesting, which takes you from Brazil to Europe. Struggle to see exactly where, but again, if you have our newsletter, you can just click through. Another 17-day sailing with Princess, such a good one. I really love this itinerary. It's from Fort Lauderdale via Madeira to Morocco, and then doing Spain, Portugal to London. It starts at 1,017 euros, taxes included. So good. I really love this itinerary. It's such a good deal. Don't forget, because it's 17 days. And then going back to Royal one more time, but we're going the other way around, this time from Europe to the US. We are on Voyager of the Seas, and we are going from Barcelona to Orlando. 974 euros, taxes included. Also a really, really good deal. And then last but not least, on the longer sailings, we have Norwegian, which is also so interesting, this itinerary, right? So we're starting in Vancouver, we're going to Alaska, and then to Japan for 1,104 euros, taxes included. And I think free at sea is also in there, which gives you a couple extras, which is very nice to have. And I like this, right? 18 days, 9 ports, 1 amazing holiday. Very, very amazing. Go check it out. Now, before we conclude our podcast / newsletter review this week, another thing that something that you can find in the newsletter is that we love river cruises as well. So 3 river cruises that we highlighted this week. One, the cheapest river cruise you can buy is with Nickel Cruises. It is a themed one. It is a Broadway classic and West End river cruise. It's 149 euros this October. Very, very good, I would say, for anybody that wants to try a river cruise, that thinks maybe that river cruises is not for them and they need something extra. If you're into musicals, this is definitely the river cruise for you. Then we started looking for the most unique river cruise that we could find. And this is with this Swiss company. Never heard of them, but this is bookable, by the way, in the GDS, meaning any travel agent that you are booking your cruise with, if you're not booking directly, is able to pull this because it's loaded there. It is what is it? It is an amazing river cruise through Bangladesh and India. And it's a small luxury ship. There's only 36 guests, and it's an adventure, right? It's an adventure river cruise. Not cheap. You'll have to look for yourself how much it is. It's definitely not cheap, but it is the most unique one. But if you have lots of money to spend and you want to travel very luxuriously, very comfortably, and you want to have just a really nice and amazing itinerary, the most expensive river cruise your money can buy, more or less just for fun, is with Scenic. It's so cool. You can go from Amsterdam all the way to Istanbul, or you can go the other way around from Istanbul back to Amsterdam. You can do that this year or next year as well. It starts at £11,000. I know that's an incredible amount of money, but it's such a cool itinerary, right? Because when you think about river cruises, most of us are just doing the Rhine or the Danube or, kind of these standard itineraries. And this one really takes it all the way to a next level, right? From Amsterdam to Istanbul. It is so, so cool. And that concludes on a high level the deals that we have in our newsletter this week. Again, everything is manually researched, manually curated, all prices, everything you can find within the newsletter. So visit EpicCruiseDeals.com, just sign up. It's 100% for free, and we'll send you the next newsletter as of this coming Tuesday. In closing, one more thing, one kind of thing that we give you for you to play around yourself, and that is the following. Now, if you have a little bit of time and you want to play around yourself, in the newsletter every week we give you a screenshot, and what is in front of you, you might be wondering, these are all the sailings where these cruise lines that are mentioned here to your left have reduced the price of the sailings with at least 50% compared to last week. So you can see Celebrity, Cunard, Hurtigruten, Princess, and Royal Caribbean have all adjusted cabin prices within selected sailings, but with a discount of at least 50%. So for example, the most crazy one is, of course, you can see here Icon of the Seas, departure on the 2nd of March. The suite cabins have been reduced from 23,785 euros to now 8,511 euros. Right? That's a massive, massive discount. Another one, just as a random example, those are all suites. Let's see, which one should we take? Okay, let's take here the Hurtigruten one on the MS Trollfjord with departure. Let's do the 17th of February, so that's quite last minute. It's a 12-day sailing. The outside cabin was 5,903 euro. And now is 2,951. So again, more than 50% off. So this is for you to play around. You can screenshot it, go to the websites of the individual cruise lines, find these deals, and we hope that that is extremely helpful for you as you book your next cruise. Now, that being said, again, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Make sure to subscribe to the newsletter. Visit EpicCruiseDeals.com. We love monitoring and sharing all of these cruise deals with you, and we hope to catch you next week again.